the Shining lecture once more. It's closing day at the hotel, the Shining Hotel. Alright, first shot. Here's your if had nobody believed me about the forest, look through the forest, you know, you gotta see through the forest if you wanna find the secret, you know, you gotta look through the forest. Stanley Kubrick. Just punching you in the face with the metaphors. Are you looking through the forest? Let's see what you'll see. A road? And then there's a little VW yellow VW bug. There you go. You look through the forest. Good job. Alrighty. Here's Wendy, Danny, and Jack in the thing. Notice there's a mirror here. And, Wendy and Jack are images of each other. All three of these characters are Stanley Kubrick. Alright, one thing I want you to notice about this shot, other than that mirror image, is the window. Look at the window. You can see the window pane, hopefully, on YouTube, but there's a window pane. It's way down here. I mean, there should be a lot of wind coming into that thing. Also, everyone is wearing, winter jackets and whatever, and there's we'll see later on shots of snow outside. I mean, it should be cold. And Wendy even says right here, I think we see it right now, she'll say, hey, we must really be high up. Well, if you're high up, it must be colder than the North Pole there, her hair is blowing a little bit there. You can see her hair blowing a little bit, but not. You ever open a window on a VW bug like that? First of all, everyone's hair would be a tornado in there, from the window this far down. So this is another thing of Kubrick saying there's fake stuff going on inside capsules. Anyways, the other thing about this shot, if you watch it, by the way, I've seen a lot of all the Apollo footage, and somebody else pointed it out. I was not even smart enough to notice this, but when Buzz Aldrin is landing the rocket, he's just talking like I'm talking right now, and somebody pointed out, during that footage, it's like there's a 10,000 pound thrust rocket going off, making sure that they're not crashing into the moon. You can't even hear it. You can't hear the rocket when the Eagle was landing on the moon. And it's not something. I'm not that smart. I didn't notice that. It took somebody else to point that out to me. It's on the internet. You can watch NASA will have footage of them landing it, and then sure enough, there's no sound of the engine, and people are like, well, sound doesn't make in space there is no sound, and that's true. It's a vacuum on the moon, but that doesn't matter. The sound would actually it hits the actual it vibrates the capsule, you know what I mean? And so just through the vibration, the sound would come into the thing. It would be deafening, the sound inside. And the reason I point this out is if you watch this scene in the movie, it's totally dead quiet. And if anybody's ridden in one of these old 1970s if you've ever ridden in one of these old go ride in an old 1970s, not a car nowadays. Nowadays, yeah, you can't even hear them if you're sitting. If you stick your head in the engine, you won't hear them. But in the old 70s, these VW bugs were louder than hell. They were extremely loud. And so with the window open like that, we should not even be able to hear these guys talk. There's no engine sound whatsoever, and that would make Stanley Kubrick quite a genius to have shown that. Anyways, so those are the things I want to point out. You'll have to watch the movie though to believe me that there's no sound and that their hair barely moves, even though he must be doing at least 30-40 miles an hour. Even your hair would be like a tornado of wind inside that thing if you have the window that far down, let alone if Jack's got his window down. Who knows if he's got his window down. Might be able to notice that from his hair moving. But definitely this is Kubrick is saying this is a staged scene. He's actually telling you my movie is fake, and I'm trying to show you that. Therefore, the footage that you saw of the Apollo Eagle landing on the moon was also fake. Anyways, Danny's saying I'm hungry. there's a lot of metaphors here that are going to happen in this scene about being hungry, and cannibalism. You should have eaten your breakfast, Jack replies. His dad replies, you should have eaten your breakfast, And then Wendy, the practical person who provides food, we'll see she's the provider of food in the movie. She's the practical person. She's almost like the engineer of the movie. Jack is not the engineer. Jack is the writer. Danny is the seer. He's the one who just sees everything. He's like the photographer. So you've got basically the photographer. Jack is the writer of the movie, or the Apollo landing, and Wendy is I don't know if you call her the director. She's the most person out of to be Stanley Kubrick. Anyways, she's gonna provide him food when we get to the hotel. And she's the one who offers up that the Donner Party who got snowbound around here, and Jack corrects her because he reads books and he's the writer, and he says further west they're not there, and Danny's asking what is the Donner Party, and they were in the western days they got stuck in the mountains in a snowstorm and had to eat their own people, and Jack says that they had to resort to cannibalism in order to stay alive. Now, this shot is not only symbolism. We'll see later on symbolism for the Apollo 1. The Apollo 11 is the Eagle. It's when we landed on the moon. But the Apollo 1 is you can do the research on it, but it's where 3 astronauts were unfortunately burned alive in their capsule during a test run. And there's a lot of conspiracy or conjectures that they were actually murdered by NASA or the CIA or somebody. One of the guys who was burned alive was Gus Grissom, one of the astronauts, and he actually had put a lemon on the capsule because he was so disgusted with the quality of the thing, and you might not know this, but people used to say in the old days, lemons were like, if you had a lemon for a car, you bought a lemon car. It wasn't a yellow car, which actually ironically is the yellow Volkswagen that they're driving. So I just thought of that just now, that they're driving a lemon. But lemon meant you had something that was cheap or shoddy. You know what I mean? That car is a lemon. It means that car is a very low quality car. And Gus Grissom actually hung, I think, the day before he died or something, very, very, very soon before he died in the capsule. He hung a lemon on the capsule, and I'm sure the higher ups at NASA saw this and said this has to not happen. Plus, he was a very verbose person. He talked quite a bit at NASA, to everybody, and I'm sure everybody knew his opinion of the thing and of the quality of the capsule that they were building, as well as anything else NASA was building to go to the moon. So the point is that they're talking about here cannibalism in order to stay alive means murdering. Cannibalism means murdering your own in order to stay alive. NASA, had to murder its 3 astronauts. That had a multi-prong effect. First of all, it got rid of the biggest naysayer of the project. The biggest complainer, Gus Grissom, and second of all, it's one of those warning things where basically they actually like it if it gets out that they are the ones who actually are responsible for it, because you said in line, and other people have mentioned this on the internet, that when the other astronauts saw that, even believed, and I'm sure that a lot of the other astronauts were like, there's too many things that went wrong for this to have been just an accident. And so NASA went, that's right. I'm sure to a lot of those astronauts, when they also had to fake the things, Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin and whatever, when they had to come up to them and say, we've got to fake this, they could say, hey, we could torch you like we did the Apollo 1 thing. So basically, by doing this, NASA was able to get rid of complainers, Gus Grissom, and set straight the future astronauts, which would have to fake other landings. And that's what Kubrick is trying to say in this, is that cannibalism was in order to stay alive. They ate each other up. They had to in order to survive. He said he's saying it now twice. He said twice, in order to survive. This is what's called Kubrick confirmation. He didn't say it once and it's a horror movie. He's saying it twice. That's Kubrick saying, no, I'm telling you something here. Here he is, Danny saying, I know, Wendy's a little bit worried that they're talking about such gruesome subjects. And Danny says, I know all about cannibalism, I saw it on TV. And Jack goes, and look at the face between here, Jack's face, and look at the face here that he puts on. That's Kubrick saying, Jack, when you say this about it's okay, look at that face. He saw it all on television. It's okay. He saw it all on television. And look at the little smirk. I mean, they're talking about a fairly gruesome subject, and they treat it, like a joke, which I guess, in a sense, it was. And this is interesting also here. I didn't think about this before, but how before it was a nice clear day, and now they've got this fog. It almost looks like a fire. And here's the car right here. It looks like a fire is engulfing the car, like the Apollo 1 fire that engulfed the three astronauts and murdered and killed them. Anyways, I think that's what Kubrick was trying to say there. I'm not trying to say that. I think Kubrick was trying to say that. This is kind of interesting fade shot. You might not be able to see this, but here's I'll go back. Actually, it's another shot, but here's the car, and it looks like it's going right into the entrance of the hotel. There's a lot of guys who've done this with the fade shots. They've done a lot better job than I have, but they don't have the duck speech, so you're getting a bonus with that. And the car goes right into the hotel there. Nice. That's a beautiful shot. I like the clouds. Okay, here's some symbolism here. One of the things you got to notice is let me go back. Notice there's the A of the hotel. This is something else I stole from other people, and it fades. There's a double fade here. There was a fade before, and now the A in the hotel fades into the A of the ladder, which is kind of interesting. I'm including this stuff that other people have actually said, just so that's kind of complete, and it binds everything together. The other thing people see sometimes is Apollo 11, whatever you want to say, is that the ladder is for Apollo. This is kind of interesting. Kubrick points out the absurdity of he saw the footage on the Apollo landing, and as a photographer, I know he was just like, this could have been done on Earth. You could have easily photographed this on Earth. So I mean, he was a million times better photographer than any of the people who look at the NASA shots and go, those are fake. I mean, Kubrick was the penultimate photographer. So what he's doing in The Shining is he's gonna he's gonna show you that things don't make sense, and he doesn't do that to scare you. It has nothing to do with scaring. What's so scary about a man mopping? Nothing. But what's so illogical about a man mopping is he's mopping he's mopping right here in the walkway, and you're like, well, who cares? There's nobody here. Yeah, in a few seconds, you're going to see at least 10 people walk over his mopping stuff. So why is he mopping where people are about to walk? You'll see that in just a couple of minutes. So Stanley Kubrick's showing that things don't make sense. He's not trying to terrify you. This is not a horror movie. People say, oh, he did this to make you think you're going crazy and whatever. No, he's showing you that, the Apollo footage was all illogical. Didn't make any sense. So here's some people. Oh, here's another illogical thing. Yes, this was remember I showed you. This was closing day of the hotel. Well, I put the subtitle so you could see there. These girls are walking in with luggage. The hell? Why are girls on closing day walking in with luggage? First of all, is the first thing. Then here's Kubrick's confirmation, and then they're saying goodbye to Mr. Ullman. Why would you say goodbye to Mr. Ullman? First of all, it's Mr. Ullman, so this is no stranger. So you would know it's closing day. So what are you doing coming in with your luggage? Why isn't your luggage on closing day? Why didn't you leave it in your car? What are you doing carrying your luggage inside the thing? And we'll see, this is a very important shot. This is a very important statement that's being made here. We will see luggage in the next four things be very important. So anyways, they say goodbye to Mr. Ullman, who's the head. There's no way he's going to be leaving this place, and they're coming in. Hello, Mr. Ullman, is what they should be saying. But no, they're saying goodbye because Kubrick made them say goodbye. And he did that for a specific reason. All right. By the way, in the last shot... no, we'll go to the next shot. Here's Jack sitting here, and Mr. Ullman. Jack's apparently gotten there. Hope you haven't been waiting too long. I guess they were busy or something. And one thing I do want you to notice is all this luggage back there. It looks like it's for like 40 or 50 people. We're going to find something out that it's not for 40 or 50 people. By the way, those girls... here's people. This man is pretty sure this man behind Bill Watson is going to walk over the guy mopping. Not only that, but this guy definitely. Here's these people. They definitely walked over there. And we're going to see people walking over there. Have they brought has your luggage been brought in? And Jack Nicholson, yeah, it's right over there. And you're like, okay, sounds good. That looks like Jack Nicholson's luggage. Okay, yeah, I guess if people are going to stay there for 8 months, I guess they need that much stuff. Okay, that's fine. But have you ever seen a VW from the 70s? Go type up a VW Bug and look at them. Have a person stand next to it. This is almost the size of a VW Bug. There is no way to fit this much luggage. And by the way, somebody else figured this out. I didn't figure it out, but that's a genius because I would have never seen this probably. I'm not that smart. It takes me 1,000 times to see stuff like this. But some genius out there said, yes. And not only that, but Kubrick showed you the inside of the VW to make sure you didn't see, to make sure that you saw that the inside of the car wasn't packed with this. There is no way on earth you can pack this much stuff inside a VW Bug. There is absolutely no way. Okay? So Kubrick is saying there's no way the astronauts packed all the crap that they needed to go over there, inside the capsule. There was just no way. There was no room inside the capsule. And I know this is a far stretch, but I'm going to show you some other stuff that will make you say, okay, Kubrick is definitely sending signals about luggage, and luggage has nothing to do with horror. You know what I mean? This is not a horror movie. How scary is luggage? Is too much luggage. I don't know why people keep on going, oh yeah, Kubrick did all these things to make you scared. Come on. This is a neat fade shot. Go back. Here's the luggage. And watch this fade shot. Here's the fade shot where it shows Jack in the original shot moving. And then here's Jack's luggage, all his luggage here. And we're going to see these people appear right on Jack's luggage with their own luggage. You know what I mean? I'll go back. Here's the people. And there's Jack's luggage right there. And then the fade shot to the next shot is there's people standing around their own luggage. And you're like, who cares, Vince? Stop talking about luggage. You know, Stanley Kubrick cares. That's the only, I don't care about luggage. Stanley Kubrick cares about luggage. And watch what he does with these people. You know, they're there. And here's more. Here's another confirmation that Stanley Kubrick is saying luggage is important. What are these two women doing? They got their luggage? These, you know, Ullman, Wendy, and whatever, they just came from the front of the hotel. You know what I mean? I don't know why by the way, I don't know why they were on the first floor. I don't know why they had to take an elevator, because we're about to find out this is also the first floor. So why would you take that? But whatever. I'll let that go. But the more importantly is, why are two women fully engorged with their luggage about to go up into the hotel? Not just one flight of stairs. They are going one flight of stairs. They're going to go another flight of stairs. There she goes up the other stairs. They're going to their room. Why are they going to their room with their luggage on closing day? They're supposed to be getting the hell out of the hotel, not going back. Why? If you're like, well, maybe one of the ladies forgot her eyeglasses in their room. Well, fine. Let this lady stand there with the luggage. Why are you humping your luggage all the way up the stairs? Let her sit there with the luggage, and she'll go up and get her glasses or her purse or whatever she left in the room. But you're not going to lug your luggage back up there when you have two people. That's what Kubrick is saying is, one person, okay, she's afraid of getting her luggage stolen. You know, two people, no. Leave this person there with her luggage, and this lady will go there. No, Kubrick is saying there's something wrong with the luggage and whatever. The other thing I want you to notice, we lost sight of these people. Here are the people carrying their stuff, you know, carrying the luggage away from this thing. And if you watch, you know, there's Jack and whatever, and they have all this other luggage. And they're like, hey, we're out of here. They're not leaving somebody there, you know, with the luggage. You know, I mean, it's possible they're coming back, but Kubrick has put enough luggage where they can't come back and load this into the elevator. That elevator is just not big enough to hold all this luggage and all those people in there. So no, they're not. They're actually just going to leave that luggage there, like the astronauts should have left their stuff there. All right, we're going to stop here and go to the next section.